So it's 4 a.m. Truck's warming up. I need to go get a cup of coffee and then start my drive down to Mississippi to pick up a used Supertramp Camper. It's going to transform this truck into a vehicle we can full-time live in. But it wasn't always like this. It all started with those childhood adventures on the East Coast. It lit a fire in me that never went out. By 2017, I was chasing it. Starting with my 2007 Jeep Grand Cherokee. That took me everywhere, but I wanted more. I soon upgraded to a brand new 2020 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. I built it over 4 years. AccuAir suspension, 37-inch Nittos, 1552 wheels, Mega Mike's Adventure Products kitchen, iKamper Skycamp. It had it all. After hitting the East Coast for several years, it was clear that we needed to start pushing west, start exploring a little further from home. Early 2025, I quit the 9-to-5, sold as much as I could, packed the Jeep with everything that was needed, hit the road for 4 straight months. From New York to the Pacific Northwest and back. Epic sunsets, breakdowns, campfire nights, I'll never forget. It was the life that I wanted. The freedom, the unknown. But the Jeep showed its limits. Not enough space, not enough payload. Just wasn't ready for the indefinite full-time adventure. So I sold it. Time for the next chapter. All right, so I am about 7 hours into the first leg of my trip down to Mississippi. It's not a fun trip, it's just going down to Mississippi, picking up the first piece of the new build. There's not much planned other than that. I guess a little backstory, we did about 4 months full-time in the Jeep, but we need something that's going to be suited for full-time living, and not just living out on the road and camping and exploring, but also working, which adds a little twist to things. With the Jeep, the goal was to be able to just build an Overland rig, whether it was a week time, 2 weeks time, out on the road, a month, whatever. It was fully built, it was fully capable, and I had that perfect. So what I've learned in our trip, weather sucks. We had about a week's worth of wind, and you know, I don't mind the cold, I don't mind the heat. You can do things to, you know, escape that wind. When it comes to a rooftop tent, they're rated for, I think, 40 miles an hour. I don't know, check that, but you know, we were in some pretty bad windstorms that, you know, popped up overnight, wasn't on the weather app. You know, you wake up 2 o'clock in the morning to the tent starting to fold on you. You kind of have to make some adjustments, whether it was tying down the ladder / the fold out part of the tent, or you just pack up. And unfortunately, we did that and slept in the cab of the truck.
So obviously not the end of the world, and there's just one example of many for why switching it up from a rooftop tent to the Supertramp camper. But let's just get back on the road and get some driving done. Well, it's been a long drive, but we are officially here. So this is obviously my first time seeing this in person, so since I am buying it used, I'm gonna have to take a look at this, go over it with a fine-tooth comb. It's not complicated, obviously. With the Jeep setup I had, it was probably a little bit more complicated than the typical Overland rig, but the electrical system in this is all Victron and Battle-Born batteries. The water tank and water pump, just a standard pump, 24-gallon tank, I believe. Want to just kind of make sure everything's working. The actuators work, the roof goes up and down, all the zippers work, the door locks, the screens are there, any sort of damage to the outside. So my videoing is not going to be very in-depth. I'm going to put down the camera and kind of get at this, because I do want to get this on the truck as soon as possible so I can start driving home. So I'll probably do a walk around video. I'll either include it in this video or another one, but an in-depth walkthrough kind of showing the ins and outs of the Supertramp camper. So let me put the camera down, get a good look at this, and hopefully be able to get this installed. Mississippi, and already started driving back. Ran long at the dealership, just making sure everything was installed properly, everything worked. Spend my time making sure all the components, and hit the road once everything was squared away and looked over. Hit the road, started driving. It was late. Pulled over at a rest area, spent the first night in here, which
turned out great. It was just nice and easy. Pulled into a parking spot, popped the top up, jumped in bed, and went to sleep. There's no real setup, no worrying of, you know, where you are, who's outside. You're in a composite locked home. But woke up, started driving, finally pulled over, get some more fuel, and decided to make a quick bite to eat. First time eating in here. It's definitely just very spacious. My first impressions of this place is it's way bigger than I anticipated. I thought it would be a little more cramped than it is, but you know, there's plenty of space here. This will definitely satisfy, I think, our needs. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's hit the road again. So that wraps up the 40-hour trip down to Mississippi to pick up the Supertramp Camper. There's still tons to do for the truck. There's tons to do in the camper itself to make it more of our home. Even though it is ready to just hit the road and go, we want to still modify a few things, change a few things out, and just kind of make it perfect. I'll get into more of that in another video. But parts are starting to roll in for the camper, parts are starting to roll in for the truck, and we'll start updating and keeping you guys involved throughout the build process before we hit the departure date, which is still kind of up in the air, just kind of depending on how quick I can get some things done in the truck. But we'll keep you updated and we'll go from there. I'm gonna hop inside, take a nap, and appreciate everyone watching. Thanks.